Hello, Evilsoftman here, back for another vid, and this is like the 5th time I've tried to do this. Okay, this video is going to be on the 3DS here, and after E3 they released the eShop, which is Nintendo's new way of buying stuff on the 3DS. It's a much more upgraded version of the old shop that you used to get in the DSi. Well, I don't really know what the DSi one was truly like because I had a Japanese DSi, and trying to navigate that was a bit complicated, but I could do it, but it took perseverance. So what I've been really looking at, they've been putting up DSi games and everything as well, but what I really like is the Virtual Console. And what they've done with the Virtual Console is started to release Game Boy and Game Boy Color games for it. And so I've been actually playing more classic games on the 3DS rather than the standard 3DS games, which is a shame really, to be fairly honest. But we'll show up here. This is going to be really blurry. I've tried to do this a few times and it just comes up really blurry, either because of nights or what. But as you can see, I've got a few here, and that, if you can't read it, is Kirby's Dream Land. And I quite like that little thing up there. The icon itself is a little Game Boy, well, the top half of a Game Boy, just to show the icon, and I just thought that was a nice little touch. But it has a few little features that would be quite interesting to people to find out and everything. So I'll let it boot up and everything, and they'll go through them. So here we go. The first one, we'll go back, and that is Kirby's Dream Land. If you don't see it, there we go. And I'll turn it. Yeah, it's amazing. Right. So out we come, and the first thing here, we're going to go down, and this is your save states. So actually now you can save whenever you really want to, and leave whenever you need to want to, which is really helpful, because a lot of the old Game Boy games really didn't have this, and it's actually quite helpful for doing all these games and everything. It was very helpful doing Super Mario Land, let's put it that way. So what you have there is resume game. You can create a save point. You can load your save point, which is the icon on the right there, and you can just reset the whole settings and everything. So we'll go into it, and there we go back in. So this is Kirby's Dream Land, and you can see it's in white and grey there. I'll turn the volume down a little bit, even though it's awesome, but that's not how you remember it. It's more how the Game Boy Pocket was, and that's how that displayed it. But what we're going to do is actually press L, the two L's, and then it comes up with a Y, and then you press the Y button, it goes into green screen, and this is how we remember it. So yes, you can switch the colour back to how it was in the original Game Boy, just to make it a little bit nostalgic. It's actually, because it's not an actual green background, it's green colouring through it, it looks a lot more distinct than how the old Game Boy looked. Maybe that's just me, or it's been a long time since I've actually played my original Game Boy, either or. But it's just L and R together, and then just press Y. An icon comes up in the bottom right of the screen. I'll see if I can get that to show you that. There we go. There we go. You can see it there. So when you do that, you just press Y, and that will change the colours. For the last one, we're going to back out of here, and what we're going to do is come back in the main menu screen. You hold select or start, and then you select your game, keeping hold of select all the way till it boots, and then it actually puts it back in its normal ratio that it was in the Game Boy. And there we go. So it has a little Game Boy icon all the way around, and then you can actually move about. That's live game. There we go. But there we go, and I just thought that was really quite cool. It does the exact same thing in the Game Boy Color version as well. It comes up with a Game Boy Color for games such as Link's Awakening and everything. And I just thought that was really quite nifty of Nintendo to put stuff like that in there. Just go back and show what all these old consoles actually look like for people that will have never seen these before. Well, I'd hope you say Game Boy. Game Boy's a brick. It always was a brick. But at least it shows that, and I just thought these were quite nifty features. But speaking of the 3DS, I kind of want to get back into some 3DS gaming. I want to try some multiplayer gaming on the 3DS, and I haven't done any of that before. It's like I've got a few friends list, but Nintendo doesn't seem to want to have the functionality of join game, which is really quite annoying. So I kind of want to arrange a thing on YouTube about people that want to have 3DS and actually want to have a game. The one I'm thinking of is most people actually have a Street Fighter. So I was like thinking we could arrange a day or something and then go into like a tournament mode and just put everyone in and then just have a few fights in there. Just to actually test the system out and everything, because I haven't really played all that much online. I played a bit on the first day, but that was just like a general wireless battle thing on Street Fighter 4 and I got my ass handed to me. But yeah, I just think that would be really kind of cool. So people who've got their 3DS in the comments or something, I'll maybe email some other people on YouTube as well, see if they want to take part in that. But alright, this is the Evil Sloth Man, out.